amount to almost $163 million. 56 of that is coming from corporate taxes, and the rest is from the personal income taxes, again, based on capital gains. As you see there, the net impact on personal income taxes does not show up. And the reason for that is we have increased the beginning balance by $118 million as a result of our reconciliation process when we went to certify the kicker. When we certify the kicker, we reconcile our revenue numbers with the accounting system numbers that we get. And at that time, we determined that we needed $118 million more of income tax money accounted for in the 17-19 biennium. So that's the good side of that is we have $118 million more in our beginning balance. The bad side of that is that we have to put out another $118 million in a larger kicker. And so in terms of the budget impact of that change, it's neutral, but nevertheless does increase the kicker and makes the change here in net personal income taxes relatively flat. So relative to the close of session, personal income taxes are really very close now to the outlook, still well below the kicker threshold. That's not true of corporate income taxes, which are now result in the kicker of about $135 million to be dedicated to K through 12 education.
If we look beyond just the general fund tax items, they're relatively stable. This forecast relatively small changes to both to lottery and to recreational marijuana, the Oregon marijuana account. They're up a little bit in the current biennium and stable or down a little bit in some future biennia. Just wanted to highlight a couple issues with lottery. Video lottery growth not only continues to come in above forecast, it's actually accelerating in the last couple of months. The impact from, we're now 2.5 years out from when the opening of the private casino in Southwest Washington, and that impact has certainly been nearly eliminated entirely from our forecast, and the growth remains healthy as the underlying economic growth and consumption and personal income remains healthy as well. We're a few weeks into a brand new gaming option from the lottery in terms of sports betting. We have very little data available at this point in time in terms of knowing what the available transfers will be, given ongoing administrative costs and figuring out the startup costs and things like that. We have built some projections in starting 3 months ago was the first time we incorporated sports betting in the outlook. You can see it in this chart. The light yellow bar is where the sports betting money will then be dedicated in the future to the PERS Employer Incentive Fund. That's about $8 million this biennium, then it ramps up to 12, and eventually somewhere in the magnitude of maybe $25 million per year or so. But again, we're in the very early stages. The numbers will be volatile depending upon betting patterns within the state of Oregon. Apparently we get some large day-to-day swings depending upon how the Blazers games go. But overall, over time, as the market matures, we will have a better handle on that moving forward.
So to